your ruler.
Sold.
Your lands, your possessions, your very lives will gladly be given in tribute to me.
What's up, guys? I wanted to talk about a couple things. So tomorrow is the GameStop stock dividend. At the end of the day, it'll be distributed, and then the market will adjust on Friday. So this is going to be really interesting. See what happens. All week it's been steady buying pressure. All week it's just been a uptrend. I mean, if you look at the past month, it's been a steady uptrend. But anyways, I want to real quick jump into and look at the GameStop news when you search, and then I also want to look at a Bazinga article that someone wrote. I'm surprised Bazinga published it. It was really crazy that they even published it. So let's jump into it. First up, we're gonna look at the top stories. GameStop news, Motley Fool. Why GameStop is beating the market yet again today. They're gonna probably say some nonsense. They're just like, oh look, GameStop is doing good, but don't be fooled. This is why. We'll give you the reason. What happened continued to outpace the broader markets, with shares up 5% as of today at 11 a.m. At that point in the session, the video game retailer continues to benefit from GameStop. This is continues to benefit from meme stock traders pushing the stock higher. No, it's just the meme stock traders doing it. It's not market fundamentals of supply and demand, of it being over shorted or naked shorted. No, it's the meme stock traders. They're the ones pushing it up. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, many maintain the action could trigger a short squeeze. The stock has now risen by 20% over the past month. It's actually more than that. It's actually more like 30-40%. So what? GameStop initially announced its intention to split its shares back in March. Blah 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 blah. The belief that a squeeze. Now what? After the market closed Thursday, GameStop shareholders of record will receive the 3 extra shares for each. At that time, the video game retailer stock will be priced at 25% of the session's closing price to reflect the new shares issued. I'm trying to see. Oh, here's where they bullshit you. About 21% of its float is sold short, a heavy level, although far below what it was when traders used it to set off the meme stock. That's crazy. They're saying, well, this is where I knew they were gonna put their own spin on it and fuckery. Right here, right here is where the bullshit is. Well below the levels that it was at during the meme stock frenzy last year. That's a lie. That's a lie. Because that 21% is not only adjusted because there's different reporting requirements and different reporting calculations than there was last January. Not last January, January 2021. But not only that, but it's self-reported. So you're full of shit. And also, look at what happened to Tesla's with the Tesla short squeeze of August 2020, and that was on 13%. And this is, if we're trusting them, 21%. So almost double. After Tesla's stock dividend split, they went from 300 to, I don't want, you know what, let's pull up the chart. Let's pull up TradingView. it's just crazy because they said that the short interest is just 21%, guys. Let's not mention the fact that we changed the calculation of how we get that number since January 2021. So we're not even reporting the equivalent, and we're underplaying it. And look at what happened to Tesla on half. Even if you take us at face value and we're honest, look at what happened to Tesla at half our fake number we're giving you. Look at August 2020. This is right here. This is where they had their stock dividend split. They did a 5-for-1. So Tesla did their 5, I'm pretty sure it was 5-to-1. They did their 5-to-1 stock dividend split, and then look what happened. So not only did you get more shares, but then it rocketed back up all the way to, we can just look at the exact peak right here. The exact peak was $1,243.49. So if you do $1,243.49, a Tesla owner's one share, right? So they had one share. That share then became 5 shares, and then those 5 shares became worth $6,217 a piece. So if you had one share, pre-split, that ended up becoming the equivalent of $6,217. And that was on 13% reported short interest, with different requirements. So different short reporting requirements. So the number they're giving us now is a fake number. It is fake in multiple ways because of different requirements, and it's self-reported, and it's bullshit. Anyway, so let's move on, and you get what I'm saying. I could talk about this all day. It's crazy. Alright, so this Bazinga article. Why naked short selling is the greatest risk to all stock investors. By Dennis O'Neill, Bazinga contributor. I don't know if this is a new guy that just said, hey, you know what, I'm going to post a Bazinga or what. But I'm surprised Bazinga let him publish his article. Period. He says, let's see. Oh, okay, that's just an ad. Naked shorts are the biggest risk and greatest scam ever known to man in the stock and associated markets. Now, in most financial markets around the world, they have been regulated out of the market or highly restricted. They now own, control, and dominate the SEC regulating body in the USA. This means they are free to attack any company, large or small, without any worry of consequences. This means they can sell an unlimited amount of stock on any given company without having to have a proper borrowing of shares. How can this be? In all of its infinite wisdom, the SEC wrote the trading regulations in such a loose way that they allow for unlimited shorting with zero borrowing against shares as long as you are a market maker. This means every scumbag lowlife sets up deals to trade as a market maker. That caveat is then the caveat is that they are supposed to be covered within 30 days. Check the SEC records of ever having enforced this. Out of tens of thousands of times, it has never happened. So what can you conclude from this? It's more obvious than a smoking gun at a crime scene. On top of that, these companies receive a non-stop barrage of the most offensive, insulting, lies-driven slander ever known to man to disenfranchise or make as many investors sell ASAP, helping the naked short. Still no SEC investigations, just good reporting. Now, if you promote stock in any way, shape, or form, you will have an army of SEC people conducting the most invasive investigation ever to completely drain the company of vital resources as they are trying to fight the illegal short. Don't ever call the SEC to complain of an illegal short. They will send an army after you, screaming that there is something wrong with the company. You will spend weeks to months defending yourself. Talk about an attack after being attacked for reporting the attackers. The SEC illegal short team is comprised of a couple of early 20-year-olds that will tell you that it is impossible to illegally short a stock, which means illegal shorts are legal and there will never be any enforcement of them, because if you try to break the illegal short, you can expect the SEC showing up on your doorstep, launching a massive investigation into the company. I have been doing this for over 30 years, and I have spoken to people working at the SEC and left after speaking to people who currently and have in the past were responsible for enforcing the law in this area. It is beyond scary. They are not allowed to stop illegal shorts or mention that they are real. The SEC, in their corruption at its highest degree, should pay for all the losses incurred by their bribery and corruption. There is a mountain of evidence to prove this, starting with over 1,000 companies in the past decade that were attacked non-stop with insults, lies, and propaganda, mostly by the editors, non-disclosed authors of such articles from Seeking Alpha. Now, if you can figure this out without $1 billion plus budget, we firmly know smart people can't be this dumb, which means only one thing. They are corrupt. Super scary. At the end of the day, the SEC people at the top are nominated by large banks that they know will do and say exactly what they want. If you are out, God damn it. At the end of the day, the SEC people at the top are nominated by the large banks that they know will do and say exactly what they want. If not, you are out, and they get some shameless person to take your place. This is why 75% of the enforcement budget is on low market companies, and all the billion to $100s of billion-dollar crimes are committed by the large banks with virtually zero consequences. The Justice Department has to step in and clean up this mess. They won't. Until then, don't buy small cap or micro cap stocks unless they are profitable or are fully funded to profitability. It's like, some people are expecting the DOJ to step in and save everybody from the SEC being in bed with Wall Street, but did the DOJ declassify anything with the whole Ghislaine stuff and Jeffrey? No, they didn't. They didn't declassify anything. They didn't let everyone know who Ghislaine and Jeffrey were providing to. No, that stayed classified. So the DOJ isn't going to save anybody. They're not going to step in and say, anyways. But here's the thing. These crooks, these criminals, they're not all powerful. If they were all powerful, we wouldn't be above $100 as long as we were. If they were all powerful, they'd have they'd have the price back below $10 where most of their original shorting was. That's where they needed to go. They needed to go below $4 because that's the most of their original shorts were below $10 and $4. So they need it back there. And if they could get it back there, they would. And it would have already happened. So they're not all powerful, and there's limits in the system. And it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. Yeah, so I'm excited. Don't expect anything. I'm not expecting it to happen right away, like after the split. I'm expecting this to be like a process. I'm expecting after the split there's going to be constant buy pressure for months until we see just straight up. Just straight up. Anyways, this was a long video. I didn't mean to make this video that long. But anyways, if you watched this far, appreciate you for tolerating my rant. And peace out, guys.